Hey, what's up everyone? This is Hitmon Mike. Welcome back to the channel. As promised, I was gonna bring my little buddy Totodile into my videos more often, so follow through with that promise. Can't guarantee that I'm gonna fulfill my promise of posting more often, but yeah, this is gonna be my second video of the week, so that's progress. Hopefully I can get a few more next week and just continue to build on that momentum. Yeah, anyways guys, purpose of today's video, kind of talking about where I'm at in my journey. Gonna do some reflection, kind of like the changes that I've noticed in myself over the past, it's almost 5 years since I've been back in the hobby. Pretty crazy to think about. And just like some of the lessons I've learned and how I'm gonna move going forward. So anyways guys, the first thing I wanna talk about is kind of like how my collection has developed over the course of these few years. So early on, I was, of course, really gung-ho about, buying packs from streamers to rip on the stream, and just like, be part of the community, right? I know everyone cringes at that word nowadays, but yeah, I used to be into that, like on Twitch, and then I kind of branched out to YouTube to watch YouTube content. Then I stopped buying rip and ships early on. I would say I did rip and ships for a while. But then I realized, you know what? I would rather open the cards myself. So no shade to any streamers or anyone that buys from streamers. Like no shade to you guys at all. Just not my cup of tea. I would rather just buy the stuff myself and open it. Like maybe do a live for myself. The last few years I've done a lot of Instagram lives. I haven't this year, surprisingly. I think it's because I've been more focused on when I have opened stuff. I've been focusing on just posting on YouTube, but to be honest, I don't really open that much product anymore. So that's one thing that I've noticed. I don't open a lot of product because, guys, I just have horrible luck. I'm not my friend, the guy that I mentioned early in my videos. I swear I was there at Frankincense. He pulled in 6 Burning Shadows packs. He pulled 2 of the Rainbow Charizards. Crazy. I don't have that kind of luck. So I'm tired of opening stuff and like getting like, very little in return. And I know I shouldn't worry about just the value, but I just do. I'm not the most wealthy person in the world. I make a good living, support my family and all that. But yeah, it's really hard to justify just spending lots on packs and just not getting anything close to what I paid for. So I've become a big snob for condition too, by the way. I kind of hate that about myself as a collector. Early on, I loved putting stuff in a binder, but after a while, like I just noticed a lot of the near mint cards I would buy, even if I inspected them, I just would miss like certain things with some of them, and it would just irk me. It was like if I had a random dent, or the edge wears a little, like there's like a little, ding on the edges that I missed. It just drives me crazy. So if I'm gonna pay like market value or close to market value, I want my stuff to be like top notch, right? And I know grading's not perfect, but for the most part, they do a pretty good job. I know there's a lot of videos highlighting like the mistakes that PSA or CGC and BGS, and I think a lot of times, it's warranted. Each company has had like their issues, but I think on a day-to-day basis, consistently, like those issues are like few and far between compared to the volume that they see, and for the most part they do a really great job, in my opinion. So anyways, so I have really developed into a graded card collector mostly. And so like I mentioned in my previous video, I have a bunch of raw cards. I feel like they won't get 10s, maybe 9s, so I'm gonna sell them raw and use that to buy some new stuff. I'm actually gonna go to a card show on Saturday, and I'm gonna be on the lookout for some Neo era slats. So if you're a new collector, you're not sure what I mean by the Neo era, well, you're looking at the 2 slabs right here. So we got the Feraligatr from Neo Genesis. There's 2 Feraligatrs in that set. The first one I got was this artwork. I like this one the best out of between the 2. And yeah, let me just go through the Neo slabs that I have. And I am working on a PSA 9 Unlimited Hollow Master Set. Oh, can it be a master set if I don't get every single card? Whatever. If you guys are the purist about calling stuff master sets, come at me in the comments. It's okay. It's all good. But yeah, so starting off with the Feraligatr. Really love this card. Feraligatr is my favorite starter. Obviously, my favorite starter is Totodile. So I had to get the trio starters, Meganium and Typhlosion. Guys, I got the Meganium for like 75 bucks, and the Typhlosion actually, I'm very surprised because I remember when I got this last year in the fall, right before the modern boom. Like I got this like in October, a little bit after my wedding, or was it November? Anyways, it was after my wedding, so I had a little bit more funds freed up. So I got this on. It was still PWCC before it turned to Fanatics. I got this for 170 bucks. People were sleeping on auction. PSA 10 or PSA 9s of the Unlimited were going for around 300. I think now they're closer to 400, but I got this for an insane deal, guys. So the reason why I love Neo is because, you know, the first game that I really knew what I was doing and I had the most fun with it was Pokemon Silver. I'm actually currently playing that on the emulator, the Delta. So I gotta figure out a way to stream that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, so I always love Gen 2, and so Neo is the second gen with all the Pokemon from Silver, Gold, Crystal. So I'm trying to get all those cards, and so I think Unlimited 9s. Well, not that I think, they actually are very low pop, and so I know population size is like kind of a it's very contentious. I think it does matter. These cards are really low. As a collector, I really like having stuff that not everyone has. And again, no shade if you are a modern collector, but like I'm not in a rush to complete those sets because I know that there's so much of it out there. I have time. I have time to build out these collections. I want to get these before they start to shoot up. And so this Meganium I got for less than 80 bucks. Guys, if you were to buy, I'm not sure what the price is for a heavy Neo Genesis pack is. I want to say closer to like 1,000. This could be one of your hits, and most likely than not, you might not get a 10, but you probably get a 9, a copy that's like mint. This is 70 bucks. Like there's, man, I scooped this up all day. Super happy that I made these purchases. Yeah, so I got Heracross. I guess this video has turned into like a progress video of how I'm doing with the Neo sets. So it's still in progress, very, very incomplete. Yeah, we got the Espeon last summer. I got this, I want to say in August. Got this for less than 200 bucks. Pretty crazy deal. Tyranitar. This is Pokemon's answer to Reptar, in my opinion. This is so cool. Love this. I remember the first vintage pack I opened when I got back into the hobby was a Japanese Neo Discovery, or it's actually called Crossing the Ruins, and this was my pool. But now I got it in English. I just love WotC Pokemon, especially the Neo era. So I have Entei. I do have Raikou that'll come up soon, but I'm missing the Suicune. I missed the boat on it because I was able to get it for like the low 200s, but I had bought some other things and I kind of put that on hold, and then boom, it just disappeared. So I think I've seen some like PSA 9 unlimited Suicunes that are like, they have the designation of double holo rare and they're like 600 bucks. No thanks. I'm just looking for a regular, nice, unlimited 9. And guys, if you really look on eBay and other auction sites, it is very difficult to find unlimited 9s, which is very surprising. I see a ton, not a ton, but when I do see Neo era holos, they're usually first editions that are available. So the first editions, although they are printed less, if I'm not mistaken, I know in Japanese first edition was printed more than unlimited, but pretty sure unlimited was printed more in the Neo era too. But these are very hard to come by. So I got this for less than 200 bucks. I picked this up at Collecticon after I sold a bunch of raw cards. I got this for a pretty sweet deal. Really excited about this Ho-Ho. So yeah, here's the Raikou, like I had mentioned. yeah, just need the Suicune to complete the legendary beast. Then Neo Destiny, got the Light Arcanine, just beautiful artwork. And then got this Light Vaporeon. I need to get, you know, Flareon and Jolteon next. And I got one shiny. So this is in a CDC slab. I really like the way these look, but would like to try to cross this over to a 9. I'm too afraid to crack this out and potentially scratching it. But I want to see, I don't know if anyone has experience like just sending other companies to PSA to cross grade. Let me know how that went. Is it like guaranteed just throwing money away, or do you have a decent chance of, you know, crossing it over? So I would only want a PSA 9. If they gave me an 8, I would just want to keep in the CGC. The only reason why I want to cross over is just because my collection is primarily PSA. So nothing against CGC. I do like their slabs. It's just a uniformity thing. But yeah, this is my favorite card in the hobby. So happy to have this. But anyways, guys, like I mentioned, I really am a big time snob with condition. And with older stuff, I'm less so. Like, I'm willing to get a 9. For the higher end cards, I'm willing to get an 8. For the highest end cards, I'm down for a 6 or 7. But yeah, the more recent, I need 10s. And I've noticed that the hobby has gotten much more optimized. So a lot of times, you know, the raw cards you pick up like in lots, they're not mint, they're not gem mint. And for me, that's an issue because I want gem mint cards and I'm willing to pay that premium to make sure I get it. But it's a curse. It's a gift and a curse. So if you're a binder collector, you're probably laughing at me. I mean, you have every right to do so. Kudos to you because you can get more out of the hobby than I can. You know, I can only do so much buying all these like nice slabs, but I'm really jealous or envious of the binder collectors. I wish I could be like you guys. You guys are cool. Anyways, guys, those are just some random thoughts. I wanted to get a video out there, just kind of like tracking what I've noticed in the hobby the past few years and what I've been working on. And I think going forward, guys, I'm gonna just continue to build out my Neo era WotC holos. So Neo Genesis, Discovery, Revelation, and Destiny. Really working hard on those. I think the next era that I want to hone in on is Heart Gold, Soul Silver, in Japanese as well. Well, English, I want Neo English, and I want Japanese Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Or in Japanese, it's the Legend era. So I've got a decent amount of that. But anything Gen 2 related, I am hyper fixated on. Want to build out those sets. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you like these collector style videos, just not talking about market price, not talking about charts or anything, no Pokemon drama, just pure collecting, you found the right page. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, will you? But anyways, guys, I should have some more content out next week for you guys as well. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.